You've in mind.
And now, 1160 AM KBDT proudly presents Life Solutions, coaching, counseling, naturopathic medicine, insights for successful living, and getting better with Ann Beal.
Fall always reminds me of good food, good people, and good air, good smells. Yes, fireplace. My daughter just made some wonderful food. She keeps cooking, and I love it. She's into the fall season.
Oh.
Made chili and taco soup and leek soup and potato soup. And what did she make? What is she making today? She's making beef stew.
Beef stew. Yeah, boy.
And she keeps asking us, do you want me to cook for you? We're like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I am joined today by Dr. Slaughter.
Hello, everybody.
And we have two wonderful guests, Eric and Susan Vinson. They are here to share great tips for making your house smell great with that total toxin-free, perfect holiday season. We want you to have all those wonderful smells, but we don't want you to get migraines. We don't want you to get headaches. We don't want you to start feeling tired or losing your memory and being forgetful during the holidays or being irritable. We don't want irritable. And so lots of those fragrances that we use to smell, to have things smell really Thanksgiving-y, Christmas-y around the house can cause those. And so they actually say, and I won't say which brand, but a lot of them, they just kind of add to the smell to make it smell different, but it doesn't make it go away. Now, we all know the one that makes it go away like it's incredible. I won't say the name because, like Oprah, I don't want anybody to come after me and be like, you said that brand was bad. All I'm saying is when you spray it, you know how the smells go away immediately, right? That brand. Well, you want to tell us about it, Dr. Slaughter?
You mean full of
Well,
chemicals?
sure. Why not? What we've heard is that, and there seems to be evidence out there to the truth of this, that it may affect receptors in the brain so that your brain perceives, or rather doesn't perceive, the odors in the air. And I don't know how that works, and we maybe need to look into that a little bit more. But
it says
either
it
covers up
yeah.
everything, or it changes the brain receptors so that what you smell is different from what odor is left in the air.
Yeah, so it doesn't make the odor go away. It just changes your brain receptors so you don't smell it. That's why that one, when you spray it, you can't smell anything.
And you and I were talking on the way in, as we were driving in, I'm not sure I want people changing my brain receptors, right? I mean, I kind of like the ones I have and all that. So,
But anyway, we are going to talk about healthy things to do, but you really want to have these wonderful smells. And you walk in Susan and Eric's house, and it smells so wonderful over the holidays. We want you to know these different recipes and things you can do with essential oils. And we want you to love the smells in your house, and everybody come in and they smell the Thanksgiving smells. And I know that Susan and Eric love doing it. Now, Eric, I had him here as the man because he uses them all the time.
That's because I am a man.
You are a man.
Eric is the man.
He's a man. And he uses them all the time. And a lot of men think that it's just for women, those like
That's
candles
correct.
Or whatever. You love candles, Dr. Slaughter. You love them, Jim.
Yeah, I love candles. I love the fragrances of fall. I love that, cinnamon fragrances and harvest type fragrances. There are certain things about essential oils I could go on and on about them. Because one in particular is my go-to thing, and we'll talk about that later maybe. And Susan took one of them just earlier this morning because she needed some help with, I don't know what it was, allergies or sinuses or coughing or something like that.
Yeah.
Was it Breathe?
Oh, Breathe.
I love Breathe. I'm using it right now.
Favorite.
Breathe, I use. Well, go ahead, Jim.
Breathe is my favorite.
I was just going to say, you may need to be a little closer to your mic.
Okay.
Here,
Actually, I can pull the mic to you.
There we go.
Yes, we want to hear you.
Is that better? Okay, good deal. Because we want everybody to hear you.
Yeah, we want people to hear you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I use Breathe right now, getting back from California with all the smoke that was in the air. I had a lot of trouble coughing, and I'm still having trouble. And my daughter who went with me, we still have this cough from being there with the smoke in the air. We had a great time, but boy, I tell you, I've never had it be like that. So the Breathe, I got home. The whole time I was there, I kept thinking, God, I wish I had Breathe. So we're glad you're here to share all these tips. And Breathe is one of the ones if you have a cold, if you have, now tell them your website real quick so they know where to go buy this stuff.
Lone Star Essential Oils at gmail.com.
And that's your email.
Oh, that is my email.
Yes. One more time. Lone Star Essential Oils.
Lone Star. Our website is MyDoTerra /
Here, let me do it. Lone Star Essential Oils.mydoterra.com.
Yes.
Okay, good. If you can't find that, just look up Lone Star Essential Oils and you'll find Susan and Eric Vinson and you'll be able to order there. So this is the thing. These are the oils we'll talk about the names, but a lot of oils you'll find they are all a lot the same as far as the names. Like cinnamon is cinnamon, right? And but some of them have different kinds of names because they're blends. And the Breathe is a blend. And no matter what, and I must say, we carry a lot of different kinds of essential oils at our practice, but Breathe by doTERRA has changed my life as far as when I have asthma issues. And for that cough, that cold, it's one of the most things. So for
this is interesting because Susan used something other than Breathe.
What did you use today?
I used peppermint.
Yes, peppermint.
Right?
I use the peppermint beadlets to keep me from coughing.
I have those.
Keep me from coughing.
So how is that different from Breathe? Because Breathe has peppermint in it, I guess.
Breathe is a blend.
It's a blend.
So it has different oils in it besides peppermint beadlets. It's just peppermint.
And you only take one.
Yes.
Because if you take
one,
more than one, it kind of tends to take your head right off.
No, it does.
It does.
It's just strong. And the beadlets
Very strong. That's strong.
The beadlets keep you from having the peppermint taste in your mouth. I don't really mind it, but some people it's too strong.
Yes.
And so you get it right down for breathing. And On Guard is one of those as well that helps a lot.
On Guard is awesome. You can diffuse On Guard to kill germs. Diffuse it for like 20 minutes and it'll clear the air, clean the air, get rid of all those nasty germs.
Yes. Now mixing On Guard with orange is so nice for Thanksgiving.
Yes.
To have that wonderful smell. And you can mix cassia and orange.
Cassia and orange, citrus bliss. Citrus bliss has cinnamon in it, so you can mix that. On Guard has clove in it. So anything with the clove at this time of year gives you that awesome Thanksgiving feeling and scent. And the thing about the oils is not only are you getting the benefit of the fragrance, but you also get the health benefits. Like the On Guard clears the air. Citrus Bliss is
It's got the citrus in it, which cleans.
It has a citrus. Any kind of citrus oil is a cleansing oil.
Cleansing. And that's the cool thing about essential oils versus if you were to use some store-bought air fresheners, is that the store-bought air fresheners are going to have side effects because they're synthetic.
Right.
Whereas essential oils are natural and they do clean the air as well. I mean, if you think of fruits cleanse and heal.
Right.
And so the essential oils are just squeezed like the fruit or the skin of the fruit or something.
They use the peel, they use the bark, they use the leaves.
So it's very high grade.
Yes.
And so
so like Citrus Bliss is can help reduce your stress. So say you've got people coming, your aunt's got a cold, there's a baby, so put a little On Guard in your diffuser, put a little Citrus Bliss in there to help diffuse the mood.
Keep it down.
Keep everybody calm. It's also energizing. So if you're stressing and you're like, okay, I can't do this. Let's use a little Citrus Bliss. It'll give you some energy plus keep you calm.
That's amazing.
Which are very things.
Well, and that's hard to do, right?
Yes.
So, because lavender calms, but it also kind of makes you a little, some people will make them a little tired.
Yep. Lavender can make you sleepy.
So this is better. Citrus Bliss and
Citrus Bliss, On Guard, Wild Orange.
I love Wild Orange.
Wild Orange is also uplifting. Eric said we were looking at some of the fall recipes and he goes, there's no peppermint. I said, well, people tend to use their peppermint at Christmas. Peppermint and wild orange. Put a drop in each hand, rub your hands together and take a big sniff. And it'll wake you up. And it'll give you energy. And it'll calm you down.
You made a blend of that very combination for us. It's been a while back.
Yep.
But I think, Ann, you may have given that to somebody.
I'm always giving stuff away, aren't I?
I know, but I remember Susan doing that. And
Yeah.
I remember how good it smelled. And the people that you gave it to were really
They
thankful
loved it.
about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Could I jump in here? I want to get Eric in on this
Okay.
for a little bit. Eric is, and these guys, again, are old friends of ours. And Eric's a retired firefighter, and he's sort of a tough guy on the outside and soft heart and all on the inside, right?
He was a chief firefighter.
He was everything,
He
not
was
just
a
that.
chief.
He was everything you can be with the fire department. And I have a lot of respect for Eric just because of his experience and the life-saving part of his job.
Running into a burning building
Yeah,
is pretty
absolutely. He would
incredible.
do that, except a guy really committed to saving life. Anyway, Eric you became very, very passionate about the oils, and I have to admit,
Yes,
I thought, okay, tell me about that passion, Eric, and maybe you can kind of help our audience learn about where you're coming from about it.
Well, when Susan got us into this and she sort of drug me into it, and I'm going, yeah. And then I started using some of the oils, and of course, I tell everybody my gateway oil, if you want to mess up a term, it was a mixture of Deep Blue, which is a very much a muscle relaxer, and it just helps your body, the soreness in your muscles. And then as I started going on, I started using petitgrain, which is made from the bitter orange tree. And it's got a really cool name that some scientists named it. It's a citrus blend, so it's got an uplifting feel to it. I started using this when I was driving for long hours, and my neck and my shoulder would get sore, and I'd rub it on.
Mm-hmm.
So this is sort of like a lavender, if you will. It has a lavender effect, but it has a manly smell. So here's the difference. Lavender is a floral smell.
Yeah.
And petitgrain, for example, is more of an earthy smell. Susan says it smells like dirt. I say it smells like banana peppers. It's good for many things. But one of the things, there's two things that I want to bring out today. Is one thing is the oils do have aromatic qualities.
Mm-hmm.
You can smell and you remember things. So, but the real thing behind that is these oils are so much more than just a smell.
Mm-hmm.
The body has receptors, as you were speaking of,
Yep.
and they respond to the oils, and they have different properties that are beneficial to us in our health wise, in a health situation.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that I really want to bring out, especially at this holiday season, is the fact that we all remember going home. Everyone's baking, grandma's baking, mom's baking. You've got the smell of the oranges, you've got the smell of the apples and all of this. And those are things that also generally will give you a very positive, uplifting thought process.
Right.
And then you put in the qualities, the beneficial qualities of the oils into that, and you almost double the effect.
Wow.
So that's where I've come from.
Well, and Eric, you made my husband some soap
Yes.
using essential oils,
Yes.
and he loved that. So you actually make soap? Is that something you do regularly, or just during holidays?
Just every once in a while. I wanted to prove I could do it.
And what do you make? What kind of soap? What, like, did you make different kinds?
Yeah, I use bergamot, petitgrain, and cedarwood.
Yeah.
I think those were the three oils that I used.
And
So-
you liked it, yeah.
Oh, I loved them. They were great. I really enjoyed those.
So you can do different things, and one of the things I want you to know when we come back is understanding how you can use this for hand wash. It's a real simple recipe. You can do it for your laundry. You can put it in all the things that actually, the synthetics that you buy at the grocery store are toxic. So we want you to know the recipes and how simple they are, but also how to keep it out of your Thanksgiving meal. So stay right here. We'll be right back. So we're
Wow.
still going to stay on. She's going to switch it so our mics will stay on. So we're still on Facebook.
Okay.
You don't have to keep your headphones on. She'll let us know. Believe me, she always lets me know.
She keeps on top of you.
She does. She's great.
See, that's what I told you. She keeps us makes us look
you know,
good. You know.
that's good.
So I gave her the little sample of Holiday Joy, and that is a blend as well.
Uh-huh.
What's it a blend of?
Oils.
Yeah, it's
It's a blend of oils. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, right.
He can't help himself.
Oh,
No,
I can't
no,
help
no,
myself.
Hey, Jim, can you lower your microphone down a little bit because your
Can't help
face is
himself.
blocked on Facebook. I mean,
Yeah,
not completely, but if you
We
can,
want to
be
see your
blocked,
pretty
Jim.
if you
face,
can
Jim.
flip it up towards your mouth, there we go. Love that.
without looking at the bottle. I
just
tell
wanna-
you off the top of my head what's in it.
I didn't know
just-
if you knew. It's
No,
wonderful. So
uh,
they have different holiday ones though. They have
They
holiday
Holiday Joy. They have Holiday Peace.
holiday peace.
They have a piece that's this year. They have a what's the other?
So did they come out with some new ones? Is that what they did?
Yeah. They have a couple of. Well, they have two from the same two from last year,
Okay.
and then last year they had one that was a Harvest Spice, which was awesome. But we don't have that this year.
So I wanted to talk when not necessarily right when we get back, but before we get done, for people for their Thanksgiving meal, that instead of that they could add in like wild orange or they could add in lemon,
Or
right? Because
cinnamon.
these are food grade,
Mm-hmm.
so they're safe to use in food.
Mm-hmm.
Clove, and so they're just
cinnamon.
they're just
Yeah.
higher. Like if you have dried cloves, I mean that's good. But if you use clove oil, it just has a punch to it.
Yep.
And so and then
And it doesn't take as much either.
no.
Yes.
And so you can add these flavors. Like if
You can
pumpkin
add the
pie, you can
flavors
put a
to
little
your pumpkin
orange.
pie
Oh, yeah.
and well, like one of the diffusers is a pumpkin pie, and it's cardamom and cinnamon and citrus bliss and clove.
Mm.
So the only thing with the oils is you have to remember is it's like a
Pull this way.
drop.
You want to scoot in just a little bit. I want to have your mouth close to that. So even if you turn, no, you can't lean back. You got to scoot all the
And
way
you
up.
could straighten her boom
Now
out a
you
little
can lean
bit.
back.
There we go.
Now you can lean back. There you go. Yeah.
You could straighten her boom out straight and pull it. I mean, it would go back that way if you want.
Oh, you're so smart. Like lift it up.
Hmm.
You want to just reach it and lift it if you need it. This way. And your boom.
And then you pull it down straight.
All these terms. Here. Got it? All right.
Yeah, but
Is it
she
too- yeah,
can't
there
hear
you
me.
go. There you go.
Can
There
you
you go.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Is that much better?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Oh, I got a smile.
Yeah. You're the only it'll make such a difference. So the pumpkin pie mixture
Uh-huh.
that you can make, that's the smell of pumpkin pie.
It's the smell of pumpkin pie.
So they don't have something called pumpkin pie, but you can make it
No.
yourself.
You can make it yourself with cardamom, cinnamon, citrus bliss, and clove.
And see, those are great. Now,
And those are great. And all of those have not only fragrance qualities, but they also have your see, I made me some little notes
Health.
good.
because I can't remember off the top of my head. But like cardamom is good for indigestion, respiratory,
So they all have all
Uh,
these health
good for a
benefits.
flavorful spice. If you use an oil in your food, what you want to do is put it in just before you're finished cooking it. And you either want to use a toothpick or one little drop, depending on how strong the oil is. Okay.
I just don't want you blocked on Facebook.
I've got to admit, it's getting better, a little better, all the time.
And now here's more Getting Better with Ann Beal on 1160 AM KBDT.
We were talking on break about adding these essential oils to your food. Now, one of the things for Thanksgiving is, it's not, you don't have to go crazy, but just try to rinse out, if you're using things from a can, to rinse, rinse them if you can. And if you're getting a turkey that's not organic or free range, just rinse it real well, rinse all the juices out of it. And you can easily add your own juices. You can get a mix and put your own spices in there, and put butter all over it. You can add, and then you can inject it yourself with Himalayan salt, a mixture in water with cloves. And we were talking about different oils that you could use for different taste, because it gives it a punch, because the oils are so strong and they're like a high grade version of like cloves. Okay, you can use the dried cloves, but you can use the oil as well. You can add a little orange, you can add a little lemon, you can add more of a pumpkin pie flavor, whatever you want to do. But for your turkey, you can add Himalayan salt in there yourself in a water mixture, and that would be better than what they put in there. So
one of the things that I think we really need to bring to the forefront is the fact that not all oils are created equal. Some oils, some of the lesser quality brands, I guess, might be a decent way to say it without getting in trouble. They do add some fillers, some chemical fillers and things, and so they only use a part of the constituency of the oil and not a total oil mixture.
and they would know that how, because it's not food grade if they do that.
Correct. You're looking at the when you look at, for example, when you look at a doTERRA bottle, if it has a supplemental facts on the back of it, you know that it's
Food grade.
pure therapeutic
yes.
grade oils. And if you see something strange like, I don't know,
Something you can't
acetylsilic
pronounce.
acid or something, you know.
Right.
So you can't pronounce.
Something
that's
you
not
can't pronounce, don't put it in your body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, and so they do
Rule of
add some
thumb.
things, and that's a really good thing. If you can't pronounce it, that's true.
Well, I can't pronounce some of the botanical.
Botanical. Well,
Yeah,
there
Yes,
we
that
go.
but they
names
give you
the
the
real
common
names.
name for it
Right.
also.
The common name.
Yeah.
Yes, and
See,
so
like this one has a long name. This is the petitgrain citrus something or other, and then it comes back and it says bitter orange leaf.
okay, so
okay.
it's got the common name.
Right.
If you order them through a website, it'll say if it's food grade or not. If you buy it at the store, it can be hard. You just got to read it. But
Right.
definitely, if it's food grade, it's got that punch to it. If you want to know 100%, then order from Lone Star Essential Oils .mydoterra.com. And that's what Susan and Eric use. And that's what I use, so that you can make sure. So for me, I do add it to food, and we were talking about different recipes. So one of the things for the recipes you can use, as far as different recipes for the smell and fragrances in the air, one of our favorites is pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Why don't you just tell them what that is? real
Okay,
quick?
so pumpkin pie fragrance has cardamom, cinnamon, citrus bliss, and clove. So not only are you getting the fragrance, but as you use these oils, you're getting the health benefits. So like cardamom is good for indigestion or respiratory, which Ann and I both have respiratory
yes.
issues. So cardamom is really good for us. It's also kind of a spice, so you can put it in. Anytime you infuse oil into your food, you want to be careful that you don't do too much.
Yeah, you just need a little bit.
Just a little bit. Put some on the toothpick or a little drop, taste it and see if it's something that you think is too strong. Cinnamon. Cinnamon is a good for your
Our
immune
first
system.
episode.
He's over
with-
here laughing. I'm
with-
like, he's
I know.
laughing.
Our first
know.
episode with oregano was very interesting.
Yes,
Sorry.
it was.
Rather strong.
Yes. Cinnamon's good for cooking, but cinnamon is very hot. So
Yes.
you want to put cinnamon like on the end of a toothpick and swirl it around in your food, because otherwise you're going to get a lot of cinnamon taste
Mhm.
and you're not going to like it.
Yeah, you just want to go easy with the spices, the spice oils, right? Because they are very strong. But you can also, in this combination, the cardamom, cinnamon, clove, you can always add wild orange
Wild
instead
orange,
of citrus bliss.
citrus bliss again, and wild orange are very similar.
Yes,
and
they
they're
are.
uplifting
They're so
and
wonderful.
purifying. So
Okay.
yes, you have several. You can always mix them and try what you like, and then if you don't like it, don't use it.
And it's so fun if you're making like lemon bars as a dessert for
Oh.
Thanksgiving, you can put lemon in there. And our naturopathic doctor does that with his lemon cookies and his lemon bars. He uses the lemon
And even
oil.
in chocolate, like brownies,
Yeah,
he
he
did
used-
that time.
Yes, he used peppermint oil
Mhm.
in the brownies. And the cool thing about that is if you do that in your food with the peppermint or the lemon, you only will eat one because you don't have it. It takes your appetite away. It's really incredible. Stay here. You'll learn more.
when you make avocado guacamole,
Yes.
lime,
Really?
drop of lime,
How about that?
drop of lemon,
Oh, I
but
love
a drop of lime is awesome in there.
So what would you guys like to share? The next segment is 15 minutes. Would you like to share? What is your agenda?
Agenda. I don't have many
Agenda.
agendas anymore. Peppermint brittle. The-
Oh,
That's to
You got
die
to talk
for.
about that. It just
I-
sounds really
I
good.
just have eaten it before.
Oh, you haven't made it.
No, one of the ladies at work made it.
Did
and-
she use peppermint oil?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's the best thing about it.
Does she have a recipe? Peppermint
There
brittle.
is a recipe
Oh,
somewhere.
someone texted me, told me I forgot to give out the phone number.
ah,
So and that was the first segment that I forgot to give out the phone number, and he doesn't give
Normally
out the
they have
phone
it
number
written
when
up
they
on the
come
board
back.
for you, but they took it down, I guess.
No, it's on that.
on
On
something.
Facebook,
I
it's
saw
on
it.
there.
Yeah, it's on Facebook.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook. But it's not the radio people. If they're listening or on bigtalk.com.
Right. They're going to want you
I
to
think on
give that out.
bigtalk.com, though, they may have the number.
All you
Um,
radio people.
Peppermint brittle. What else? Any other
Oh, lavender bread.
lavender bread?
Yes, it's a bread that's got
Use peppermint tea.
That
Now,
sounds
not
good.
all of the really high quality oils are food grade,
No.
are they? That's what I thought.
And you need to be very careful.
Right.
And one of the things that I'm very passionate
Mhm.
about is buy your oils from reputable companies.
Yep.
Don't buy them at the local drug emporium or the discount store
Or
the gas station.
or the gas station.
You keep saying that. Tim's like, don't get your CBD oil from the gas station.
Please.
You said, don't get your crab meat from the gas station. Don't
Yeah.
get your
Yeah.
Yeah.
like.
Don't
I'm
eat the
thinking-
sushi at the gas
Yeah,
station.
sushi.
Buy the
I've
shrimp
wondered,
on the
you
side
know,
of
when
the
he was
road.
younger.
No,
It tells a lot
Yes,
about
it
him.
says
He
fresh.
would quickly,
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
he'd
if it
quickly
says
run in. Okay, so here it is. We instead of using candy canes, you use peppermint oil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
good.
it's going to be important when we get back on the air for you to say that, because
Okay.
I think everybody out there needs to know that. You don't just
That's
Go down and buy 'em
that is
anywhere,
my.
right?
I don't care who you buy them from. If you don't want to buy them from me, you don't like my product, that's fine. Just make sure it's a good reputable
company. Yeah, I think that's important
The
here.
other thing is
Thank
Look
you.
there.
Oh,
She's
Tom.
so
Ooh,
sweet.
All right, Christy.
the other thing is you know, why are you buying the oil? Or if you want to just smell it, I don't guess it really matters where you purchase it, because you're still going to have that smell. The downside is you're going to have all those byproducts in there, or the
Yeah.
the adulterants, that what we would call an adulterant in our oil,
Mhm.
that is going to be permeating through your
Well, I
hair.
know, right?
You
right.
might as well go back to
Yeah, go to the real
others,
thing. You know.
things that you can put in the wall and all of
Oh,
those.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well just keep buying
So,
that.
and
If you're trying
one
to
of-
be healthy or clean out the toxins,
I think one
buying
of
an
the
oil
things-
that is got toxins in it is defeating the purpose.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think one of the things I'd like to bring up is the fact that the toxins in our environment right now. So
Yes.
that's something I'd like to sort of hit on.
Well, that's what I was trying to let them know in their home. You know, I think people can get overwhelmed with global warming and all this kind of stuff, but in the home, got it. In the home,
What is the Del Walmsley Radio Show?
Welcome to the Del Walmsley Radio Show, where the hype ends and the help begins. I'm your host, Del Walmsley, and as always, we're working on your financial freedom.
Listen to the Del Walmsley Radio Show Monday through Friday from 11 until noon.
It takes a whole lot more effort to get something started in your life than it does to keep it moving.
Del Walmsley has moved thousands closer to a great life. The Del Walmsley Radio Show is now on 1160 AM KBDT, Monday through Friday from 11 until noon. Listen and move toward your great life today.
I've got to admit, it's getting better, a little better, all the time.
If you'd like to get better, call Ann right now. 214-810-8255. 214-810-TALK. Now more with Ann Beal on 1160 AM KBDT.
you want to keep that. We were talking about recipes, what their favorites were, and That's an
Eric,
inside joke. Okay,
I'm-
it's an inside joke.
I'm the minion.
the one
Oh, that's awesome.
you shouldn't have done that. Pay attention. The one-eyed minion is called Kevin. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay, Eric. Don't do that. Eric was talking about. He goes, "Oh, peppermint brittle." He loves peppermint brittle. And so I handed him the recipes. He couldn't remember the recipe. So peppermint brittle is 2 pounds white chocolate chopped into 1/2 inch pieces. You can also Google this. It's Martha Stewart's recipe. 12 large candy canes and 1/2 teaspoon peppermint oil. They put the peppermint oil there to give it the punch because
Right.
it's, if you don't, it's more bland.
Right.
It's just, you can kind of, you taste the candy crunches, you know.
Who wants to live bland?
Who wants to live
No
bland?
one. No.
There's so many great things that you can do. Now, I know that you guys are concerned about the grade of oil, and you've mentioned that on break.
Right.
And that can be hard for people because so many people are selling them all over the
Oh my
place.
goodness.
And so it can be tough. You know, I know that, you know, if you look at the 3 companies that really sell food grade, you know, I hate to say all 3 of them. You want to say all 3 of them?
Sure.
doTERRA, Young Living, and there's one more.
Longevity.
Yeah, Longevity. Oh, I can't even believe I did that. Let me just rearrange that. Longevity. That's my babe, Dr. Wallach, my Longevity. But Longevity bought Dr. Young's oil patents, so he has those. Young Living was Dr. Young, but he passed away. And then doTERRA was Young Living as well. So they're all basically Dr. Young's, where he basically came up with them a long time ago.
And they're
So
all
those-
committed to the highest
They are,
quality,
yes.
excellent
That's
product
correct.
that's
Yes.
out there. And we would be, they would be our go-to products when we do
Yes.
this. And Susan, you were mentioning, we were talking about the fact that all of the oils, even though they're very high quality, are not necessarily food grade. So you don't
No.
go pouring any oil into your
Oh,
food.
no.
Please, please, please don't just use
That's why it's so
something.
important to do that.
Read the ingredients. If it doesn't have supplemental facts on it, do not ingest it.
Well, if the and who knows, like supplemental facts means it's a supplement.
Right.
And a supplement is food. Okay. It's
Yes.
food they've taken and they pressed into a supplement of some kind.
Mhm.
Correct.
And they call it a
Right.
supplement. It's
So-
supplementing your food
Yes.
with other high grade food
Correct.
supplements, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
So one of the things that I tell people, I don't care which company you buy them from. Of course, I want you to buy them from doTERRA because that's me. However, just don't go to the local drug emporium or gas station.
As
as
Jim was
Jim
saying.
said.
He says that a lot.
You know, don't buy your oils there. If you're going to buy your oils there, keep using your candles and all of those things that you know already have chemicals in them. Because oils that are on the shelf have chemicals in them. One of the things is that if you can put a drop of oil in, say, rose and call it essential oil. So you want to be sure that you're buying a high grade oil, whether you're diffusing it, ingesting it, or putting it in your food, or applying it topically.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Yes,
and
breathe.
and even if you're diffusing it, if there's any adulterants in that oil, it's going to permeate the atmosphere. It's going to get into your body. And I mean, you look at my experience as a firefighter. When the products in a building undergo heat, they start emitting a gas,
Mhm.
and chlorines, hydrogen cyanide. I mean,
Whoa.
some really bad gases. So I'm not saying that these oils do, but I mean the side effects that are there. So why would we want to add an adulterant, a chemical, into the atmosphere in addition to what we're around every day?
Well, and it's very important to realize that one of the reasons so many people are sick today. I mean, when I was young, hardly anyone was sick. I mean, I had asthma and had to go to the hospital a lot as a kid, but most people were not. And so I got a lot of sympathy. People love me. Oh, poor Annie. And so, but most people were not sick. I hardly ever heard of people being sick. Right. And now it's like everyone is, I mean, I think that people think the norm is that everyone's sick.
Everybody's sick.
Everybody's
all the
sick
time.
and everybody's on prescriptions and all that. But really what you want to do is remove as many toxins as you can, because our grandparents, They said they had 100 times a day, 100 times less toxins every day than we get. And one of the reasons people are getting so sick is because all the environmental toxins. And I know it can be overwhelming when you think of everything like global warming or whatever, on and on. But inside your home, what you actually put on your skin. Now, your skin, I said your skin, we were listening to a lecture on that your skin is actually the largest
organ in the body.
And it absorbs into the system more than anything else. And so that's why you want to be so careful what you put on it. So when I learned all that, we started learning all about the toxins on the skin and what it can do. I use a natural deodorant from doTERRA called Balance. And it keeps me balanced. I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Relatively speaking.
It's actually, there's a balance oil. So I thought, this is giving me balance.
Right.
Women need that. But they have the natural, because of putting it on my skin. I love this fragrance called Lovely. I've loved it for years, but I don't spray it on my skin anymore. I'll spray it on my clothes. I don't spray it on my skin. And even then I suits just a little bit, but I hardly use it now. It's only, Jim loves it. So it's always a real special time, but I use oils a lot, don't I?
Oh
Because
yeah, all the time, really.
Yeah. And I have my favorites like wild orange. I love wild. I just say that again. I love wild orange. Did I say that? And so part of it is realizing there's lots of things you can do, but when you put it on your skin, or if you're breathing it in, I have to be real careful because of my breathing problems. Now I keep them under control most of the time because I'm real careful. But when you go and you stay in smoke for a couple of weeks, that's not real smart, but that's what I did. And so part of it is to be more careful about what you're doing in your home. And that's why, and Eric being the fireman, he is very over the top about keeping you safe. And that's why he's very concerned. And he was like, I want them to understand to buy the safe ones. Okay.
Right.
If they're going to use them, if they're going to use them in their house, it is still 100% better than the other ones, no matter what you get. But realize what you're spraying in the air. Now, diffusing them is one thing. Putting them in your food is another. But you can also put them in your hand soap.
Put them in your hand soap. Simple cleaning solution. Shampoo. Simple cleaning solution. Vinegar, water, and lemon.
Vinegar, water, and lemon. Now, is it apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar?
Regular white vinegar, lemon, and water. You do want to put it in a glass bottle because a citrus oil will eat plastic.
It will.
And
I've seen it happen before my very eyes.
Don't believe me? Put some citrus oil in one of these little styrofoam cups.
Yeah.
And wait about a minute, and half your cup is gone.
That's right.
Yeah. Because it's so high grade.
But it is. But it's also a cleansing property internally and for your home. So when I clean, I take my lemon, my vinegar, and water. Now here's the thing: oil and water don't mix, so you got to have an emulsifier. You either need witch hazel or vodka.
We talked about that last time. I forgot
what
that.
kind of a choice is that?
Whatever. But you're using it to clean.
It's only, a
Witch
couple
hazel.
of.
Christy's
really good.
cracking up out there. Hi,
It's
Christy.
only a couple of drops. So, hey, if you don't want to run down to the local store and get the bottle of witch hazel for $1.44 and vodka's your drink of choice,
Use vodka.
use vodka.
Vodka. It's
I mean,
vodka.
it emulsifies it, it brings them together, and it cleans.
Yes.
And you don't have, vinegar. People, vinegar smells. Well, the lemon kills the smell, and it cleans.
Right.
And you don't have the chemicals you get from regular over-the-counter cleaning products.
Now, one of the best things, hand soap, you want to get Castile soap, however you pronounce that, Castile soap. And you can get unscented. You can get scented
very
if you want. They have all peppermint. They have all different kinds. But if you want to add your own smell, you can get unscented Castile soap, and it's liquid. And then you can add in whatever scent you want, like wild orange. No.
If they quit making wild orange, we're going to lose Ann.
Eric Pettigrain, maybe.
Right.
What would you put in there?
I would probably go with the same thing I used with the soap, the bar soap I make. That'd be a bergamot and cedarwood and pettigrain mixture.
Yeah, because they smell so good.
They're very earthy smells and, manly things.
Yeah, and different times of year. I mean, I kid around about wild orange. I love it, even lemon. But there are these ones that smell so good over the holidays.
Mhm.
That's right.
And so the cardamom or the clove
Clove
or
or
the, any of those pumpkin smells, pumpkin
Yeah,
pie,
pumpkin
anything
pie.
like that.
Now, doTERRA has a whole line of On Guard products.
They do. And the On Guard is cleansing and it kills
and germs. I mean,
Antiseptic kind of
antiseptic.
properties. Yeah.
It's great. And they have toothpaste,
which we use.
hand soap, concentrated cleaner, laundry soap. I
Mhm.
love the laundry soap.
Yes.
I buy one bottle, lasts us about 3 months, and I use about a tablespoon.
And do you add, because I
Wow.
get that, I'll add an essential oil in it even more if I want the smell to be stronger.
Sometimes what I do is I use my dryer balls
Yeah.
and I put Purify and lavender on them.
That's what you do.
And
You add
put
your,
them in my dryer, and the Purify helps with the static and it cleans it some more. And then the lavender scent just stays in your clothes or in your towels or in your sheets.
yeah, so in case you don't know what dryer balls are, they're actually these rubber
They're
balls. Yeah, yours are wool?
Ours are wool.
Where'd you get yours?
I have some from doTERRA, and I bought.
you can buy them there.
Buy them at doTERRA, and I bought some at your local big box store.
Big box. Like big lot. Big box.
Big lot,
or any of those.
or
So
Walmart.
again, her website, lonestaressentialoils.mydoterra.com. I'm going to put it on the Getting Better Facebook. You can go there. I'll put it on Facebook as well. I'm sorry, YouTube as well. So
Yeah.
you'll have that.
And our Facebook page is Lone Star Essential Oils also.
That's
So
what I wanted to know.
You can go
Yes.
to the Facebook page and get a hold of us there.
Now, if you're not on Facebook, you can actually Google that, and it'll
Uh-huh.
bring it up the entry right there where you can
Yep.
read it. You don't actually have to go to Facebook,
Right.
so it's helpful. So there are things like for hand soap. Now, laundry detergent, if you make your own, I made my own.
There
We
are
got
people that make their own and they love it.
yeah, you can do that by just getting the FAFSA soap, grinding it down, and adding in essential oils and borax and things like that.
And if you put petitgrain in there, we could all smell like banana peppers.
Oh,
That'd be so good. Wouldn't
Is that
be
what
great,
it
Eric?
smells like?
Eric, we love that.
I'm trying to figure it out. And guys love
I
that.
think it smells like dirt.
I
I think it
don't,
smells like
guys.
banana peppers. But what I have found is that people don't like the lavender smell, like the petitgrain smell.
I don't think it smells like dirt, but it is an interesting combination.
Well,
You just
Yeah.
told your husband that you say he smells like dirt.
No,
when
I
he
think he's
Yeah,
He's
I like-
earthy.
but he doesn't. He's
He's
earthy.
earthy.
I'm down to earth.
Earthy.
He is
Yeah.
earthy.
Earthy.
My husband is earthy.
So these things are
Kevin.
all so simple that he's trying to make me laugh. These people are my friends, so they try to mess me up often. My husband in the elevator goes, Kevin, and I was like, stop, because they know it makes me laugh. So these are all real simple things that you can do for the holidays. We just want you to be well, and we want
Calm.
you and calm and peaceful
and peaceful.
and also not angry, irritable, frustrated. We want you to really be enjoyable. So a lot of these oils lift your moods. So we want to talk about that because we talked about the calming ones like the petitgrain and the lavender. But wild orange lifts your mood, and there's
Wild
lots of
orange,
other
citrus
ones that lift.
bliss.
Peppermint.
Peppermint
Mhm.
is a good mood lifter. Here's the thing: kids are cranky, mama's cranky.
Christy's nodding. Yes, they are. She's
Then
nodding.
all those lovely relatives that you just love to have at your house.
Mhm.
So diffuse things that are calming
Or diffuse things that you enjoy.
and enjoy,
Mhm.
and then rub some on your neck and the kid's neck
The kids' neck.
and grandma's neck.
Yeah, you just honestly, if you know that the mood that based on how people are going to be when they're coming over, I know that for us in our counseling center, Life Solutions, when I have a couple that doesn't get along, I always have an oil going, whether I diffuse it or I just put on the little charcoal things doTERRA has, I'll
Mhm.
stick it on there so that it's calming before they come. If I have a child that's a little depressed or whatever, or somebody who struggles more with mood, I'll put something uplifting, and they'll say they always feel better when they see me and I have my magic, right? So that's one of the things you want to do in your home that's very healthy as well, and you're getting really health benefits as you do it. The metabolism, the health and wellness, indigestion, everything. So stay right here. We are going to tell you a cool thing when we get back. So stay right here. Thing they need to know for Thanksgiving, for the holiday, for essential oils. What should they do? They get a diffuser?
A diffuser,
Okay.
and get a diffuser and get calming oils.
And good oils.
Good,
Mhm.
good
Okay,
high grade oils.
Okay. What? We got oh, wait, see right here. Okay. Nope, not that one.
Yes.
We have just a few. Anything else, Jim? Jim?
I'm thinking, I don't know that I have anything else to add to that, though.
I can answer those. Okay, I got that. Okay, so let me. You guys can carry on. I just want to check. Oh, I already got rid of that. Okay. So, we only get like 6 minutes left, or 5.5.
Mm-hmm.
And so our job is we'll let him know about Ray Maldonado next week, in and out. He's coming on. And then
What do you need?
we need to let them know to get a diffuser. Those charcoal things, what do they call those? They're little diffusers, right?
They're like they're a charcoal diffuser.
Because if they get the oils, we want them to be able to use them in lots of different ways, right?
Yes.
Now, I didn't mention with the hand soap, the glycerin. They just put a little glycerin in there as well for the hand soap. I didn't think about that. And that thickens it. We have Jason and his wife. I don't know which one. Thanks for coming. So the glycerin for the hand soap, On Guard is one of the best things you can put in there. We already said that. Is there anything we didn't mention?
Not that I know of. We've talked about healing properties. We've talked about taste. We've talked about different kinds of different uses and stuff like that.
Being a man. What am I being asked?
Just to make sure that we let them know.
Covered everything, I guess.
Well, being a man, I sort of get overwhelmed and just don't know, and I'll leave everything to Susan to get it all arranged.
You use the oils for different things. Like, I don't know if it's for when you're upset or when your teeth are hurting or.
Yeah. And so,
When his wife tells him he's being grumpy.
yeah.
Is that when you use the cedarwood?
Well, that's one of the reasons I use Petitgrain, but
The thing that I've
Okay,
seen
here's all
the
of our
biggest and quickest
stuff.
difference is using peppermint for an upset stomach.
yes.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean,
Peppermint.
it's like that. It's over for you.
Y'all want to know a neat trick with digestion? Which
Yeah.
peppermint? Rub it on your belly button, and
I've
it
never
gets
tried
rid of
that.
your sinuses. It
Yeah.
helps
Get it
with
in
your
on my
allergies.
belly button, right?
You think Ann will rub it on your belly button?
Guys, I'm not
She
gonna
might.
do the show here.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. You need to be
I
nice.
just put one drop on my tongue and then it goes away quick.
It clears it up. Yeah.
So, yep.
That is amazing. She's gonna.
It's really interesting how the oils are so useful in different things. Having
Mhm.
been a paramedic before, I learned about the body's receptors to chemicals.
You know,
or
Ann, one thing
medication.
about
Yeah,
oils.
sure.
You need to remember it's
Yeah.
like medication. If one oil doesn't work, there's another one that you try.
Right.
Okay.
And so, you have the different alpha beta qualities of a medication, and you have
Mhm.
different
I'm gonna talk about-
qualities for the,
So.
To admit it's getting better, a little better all the time.
You're getting better all the time. Now back to Ann Beal on 1160 AM KBDT.
We we're sharing all the things you can do with essential oils. We wanted to give you 5 recipes real quick. You can find these. They'll be on Susan's website. They'll be on our Facebook page, Getting Better with Ann Beal. If you just Google that, if you Lone Star Essential Oils is Susan's company, and you can go there. And so for Gingerbread Man, that means it's going to be wonderful if you like gingerbread cookies. 3 drops ginger, 2 drops clove, 1 drop nutmeg, and 1 drop cinnamon cassia. Now, if you don't have that, you can always use cinnamon bark.
Or the cassia.
Or the cassia.
Or the
Just
cassia.
cassia.
Yeah, because cassia has cinnamon in it. Oh,
Talk
sorry.
in here. She's looking at me.
I'm sorry, I get confused. Cassia has cinnamon in it, and so it's a good substitute if you don't have cinnamon.
Yeah, and cassia is interesting. I hadn't ever heard of cassia until the oils came out. And maybe other people have. So that one we call Gingerbread Man. It's just a wonderful one if you love the smell of gingerbread in your house, and you can diffuse it in a diffuser. So we were talking about the importance to get a diffuser. Tara has them. You can order them. There's also ones on Amazon you can get, and you can pick which one you like, but definitely you want it to spray. Some of them spray up and some of them will spray out.
Right.
And so it depends on where you're going to put it. If you don't want it coming right down on your furniture, you might want it to spray out. Some people like it going right up by the bed. Just, for me, breathe in the bedroom, I'll diffuse it and put it near my bed and have it spray out into the room. But changing leaves is another one. So changing leaves is 5 drops clove, 5 drops cedar wood, which Eric loves, 2 drops cinnamon cassia, and 2 drops black pepper. It's kind of cool that they have black peppers. That's another spice.
Right.
And you only need 2 drops.
Well, black pepper's like cinnamon. Very strong.
And so that one, when you think of cinnamon and clove, okay, because it's got cinnamon and clove in it, but it's 5 drops clove and 5 drops cedar wood. So that's the most it is. And so then it has the 2 drops cinnamon and the 2 drops black pepper. And you will love that one. And that is just a real fall smell. Like it's almost like the fall leaves, but it doesn't have the musty kind of smell to it,
Right.
of course. Now, this is another fun one's called mulled cider. And it's got the ginger and sweet orange.
Where'd it go?
Do the down arrow there because I can't see it.
Push the down
And
arrow.
so the mulled cider is a really good one to have cider. You put the 5 drops ginger, the 5 drops sweet orange,
Wild orange.
wild orange,
Wild
sweet
orange,
orange,
sweet
wild
orange.
orange. Yes. It's interesting that some people do have it's just orange basically. Okay. And they give it different names, but there is a reason it's called wild orange, but just a ginger and an orange and a cassia. And if you don't have cassia, use a cinnamon. And then there is, if you want to add, there's one called star anise. Does doTERRA have star anise? It's actually a spice.
It's a spice. They have had it, but it's not in the regular line.
It can be hard to find.
Yeah.
Will you page down for me? It can be very hard to find. So ginger and orange and cassia just give this wonderful smell, and that's mulled cider. You want to, if you, there's another one that's a mixture, and it's got cassia or cinnamon, 5 drops, 3 drops nutmeg, 3 drops ginger, 3 drops clove, 2 drops sweet orange, and 1 drop cardamom. And you don't have to add that last cardamom, but if you do that, it's just this wonderful, wonderful smell for Thanksgiving. And then there's one called Giving Thanks. I don't know why they called it
I
that.
don't know, but we all need it.
Give thanks.
Yep.
But it's a mixture to me of like Christmas and Thanksgiving because it's got the Douglas fir in there or fir. They have different kinds of fir.
Yes, they do.
There's all these different kinds of fir. So even if you use balsam fir, Douglas fir, there's all these kinds of fir. 3 drops of that, 5 drops of orange, 1 drop vetiver, Vetiver, and 1 drop cinnamon cassia. We just want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being on the
It's our
show.
pleasure.
Thank
you
you.
for having
Lone
us.
Star Essential Oils.mydoterra.com, Lone Star Essential Oils Facebook. We want to let you know next week we're going to have Ray Maldonado from In-N-Out. He is officially retired after 50 years. He is going to talk more about what's coming up, and it's a very exciting story. So we want you to join us next week, and then it'll be Thanksgiving, and we'll see you back here. So next Saturday, join us. In the meantime, put these smells in the air. Stay away from toxins. Make wonderful toxin-free recipes for Thanksgiving. Just wash and rinse, and we will see you back so we all get better.
Let me just say, if you use these oils, you will get better.
You will get
Right?
better. You
Kevin
will.
says so.
Yes, you will. Kevin says so.
Kevin says so. Remove those toxins from your home.
Thank you. That's awesome.
So funny.
In the elevator.
But that's awesome. I think it's awesome. See,
Oh, mate.
you
as soon as I said it,
you can't.
Oh, it was funny. But,
You
you
can't
know, at
be-
least we knew why you said it, so that's okay.
okay.
What?
Here's all your wonderful oils. Does somebody want to say hi to Crystal and Jason for me?
Hi, Crystal and
No,
Jason.
on the say,
He can do it. It doesn't matter. He, our hand,
Oh, we got to type it?
No,
Oh.
you don't have to.
I did.
Why don't you put your website on there, your
Oh.
Lone Star Essential Oils?
Here.
You can type that in.
Right
Different
there.
ways that they can reach you. And then I will. I works.
Hey, you said say hi. I said
People
hi.
are so wimpy, man. Don't text me. I have all these people texting me and saying things.
You mean they're
One-eyed.
wimpy?
What is one-eyed? Okay, gotcha. Let me hear the one-eyed minion.
Okay, go back. You typed it in wrong. You got
You're
doterra.com.
looking at me? Okay.
Go back.
They didn't understand one-eyed minion. So this is your little folder.
Yeah, that's our new one.
one.
Yeah, that's why they're up there.
I like the folder.
You know the Hope. That's their oil they use on the, all the proceeds go to the Saving Children.
Is Ashley maybe coming in? Let me check. I'm sure. Is Ashley here? Are we okay?
Is that mine? Susan Vinson.
I think so.
All right.
What does
Jimmy,
it
thank
say
you
on the
so
card?
much.
You are so welcome. I
So
enjoyed every
You
minute.
have all these oils. I'm gonna let you guys see her collection of oils. She carries with her. How many do you take with you? Really? Is this the only thing you carry?
No. I
Have you ever
have some
seen-
more in my purse. And
Free.